My name is Brianna Bentler. I'm a rising junior at the University of Iowa, and I'm planning on majoring in marketing and management with an international business certificate. And I've been placed with a mental health organization called Jigsaw in Dublin, and I've really enjoyed it so far. And I couldn't be happier with my placement.
Why did you choose to do a virtual internship with CEA?
Well, back when I was thinking about doing an abroad internship, I mean, things weren't opening up in person, and I've always wanted to do it in person, but I wanted to get some experience in the summer. So I thought, you know what, why not give a virtual internship a shot? You know, it's going to teach me a lot of valuable lessons in the workforce. And so I I saw CEA on my on the University of Iowa website. And so I decided to go through there because they had the location I wanted to do my internship at.
Awesome, thank you. And then with the placement process, what was that like with CEA?
Yeah, so I would recommend just registering as early as you can. I think the registration started in December. And then I decided to go with CEA in January. And then I applied in January and I got in the very first week of February. And then I met with my internship coach the first week of March. And then after that, I met with my placement coordinator probably the very beginning of April or like the last week of March. I was able to get placed by like early May. But it was funny with mine because I wasn't supposed to be interning for Jigsaw until the week before I started my internship, and they needed an extra person. So I was like, yeah, I want to take on the opportunity. So it's a long process, but I'm glad I registered when I did.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting that it was kind of last minute, but it seems like a good fit for you.
Oh yeah, I've really enjoyed it so far.
Good. Awesome.
Yeah.
And what was your first day as a virtual intern like?
I over prepared that day, but I'd rather over prepare than under prepare because you never know what you're gonna expect. But I had a lot of meetings that day about like what to do and like who to go to when I need help. And it was just pretty much an introduction to all the tasks that I would be doing. It was really helpful that first day knowing that there were very supportive people out there to if I was there, if I needed help.
As you kind of got into your internship more this summer, can you kind of talk about how you developed like a work plan with your supervisor?
Yeah, so I mean, I meet with my supervisor a lot, and I feel like that we have a really good communication system. So I emailed him my three goals, like some professional ones, some cultural ones, and I put three down, I believe. And so he was able to uh, look through those, and then find ways to improve with those throughout the course of the summer.
Were there any, so like before you went in and applied for this internship, was there anything that you had doubts about or you were kind of worried about doing as an intern, and how did you deal with that?
Yeah, so I think like I was kind of worried about, okay, well, what if it looks like I don't know anything about this, or I hope I don't look stupid by not knowing this and that. But then I realized that, you know, like the internship experience, it's about learning, and it's okay to have questions, and it's okay to reach out and ask for help because anyone is there for you if you ever need it.
And I bet it's been nice too, as a virtual intern, to be able to kind of work from anywhere. Have you found that as an intern?
Oh yeah, I of course I have. I mean, I wish I was in Dublin right now, but at the same time it's been nice to kind of go at my own pace and where I want to go. And I've been outside of my hometown a lot. I mean, I've been going to Chicago a lot on vacations right now. and going to another place the next week. I mean, it just doesn't really stop. I'm always kind of on the go. So it's never really the same each week. So uh yeah, the schedule is like pretty different each week, but I'm really enjoying it though.
And what's the best part so far of your virtual internship in Dublin?
Oh, the best part is the people. Like, the people are just so kind. And I mean, if you're gonna produce the best results when you're working, you have to have really good chemistry with the people you're working with. And so that's happening right now, and that's what's making my experience so great.
Hmm. That's great. Are you learning a ton about Irish culture during your
Oh
internship?
yeah, I mean, it's a lot harder to learn it virtually. I just try to do my best to ask questions throughout the way and ask about what it's like for them. And that's where I can get a lot of the answers about what Irish culture is like. And the conversations are so interesting and I really love them. And it just makes me want to go to Ireland after this internship a lot more too.
And how has this internship changed the way you think about your future career pursuits? And maybe in what ways will it affect that?
I never really thought about helping out with like a mental health organization until I was placed there, but I've always been interested in working in an industry with healthcare. And so mental health is a big part of it, especially uh, in this day and age. And so, I mean, it's made me like put mental health into consideration as like a future field I could get into.
And what advice would you give to students who are in your same major about interning abroad or doing a virtual internship with CEA?
Yeah, I would just say make sure you make a plan for yourself very early on. Like I could say for my experience, like I overlooked planning for myself that first week. And I look back at it now and like, dang, like I would have a lot better schedule for myself and it would be more balanced. If not that it isn't right now, but I'm like, if I would have like taken that week before and made sure I had a plan of okay, assignments are due on this date and this time, and not to mix up the time zones. Like, yeah, and like time zones another thing too. Make sure you know your time zones, because it sounds easy when you talk about dealing with them, but it's a whole other thing when you're actually put in the situation of knowing the time zones. So I work pretty early in the morning. I work from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Monday through Thursdays. And it's pretty early, but I have to like make sure to get to bed at a decent time so then I do get enough sleep. And but the part I like about it is I have time to do a lot more throughout the day. But when I was vacationing in Scottsdale, it was a challenge because we were 8 hours behind instead of the 6 hours. And so my supervisor found out I was working at 4 a.m. in the morning. And I didn't want to say anything about it because I just wanted to get the work done. But yeah, and then coming back to Iowa and working, that was an adjustment, but I've been
Wow.
able to make it work. I
Yeah.
mean, at first, like it's hard to get up early, but then once you get up, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm in the momentum, I'm in the swing of things.
And what's been the most challenging project that you've done this summer so far?
Yeah, so it's probably been the second project I was assigned, and it was um a recruitment campaign, uh data analysis, and I did something on that, and I ended up doing a presentation at the end, but I was cleaning up a lot of data on an Excel spreadsheet and it took a lot of time. And at the beginning, you're like, when am I going to get this done? But then you keep pulling through. And then it was really cool to see the numbers and the pie charts and all the data that came out of it and the numbers. And I mean, it was just rewarding. And then, yeah, I got to do a PowerPoint presentation with the HR team. And I was nervous for that at first, but then as I went through it, it wasn't so bad after all.
Yeah.
And it was a great experience to have.
And what has been the biggest surprise for you about your virtual Dublin internship?
I would have to say, uh, the That's a tough question. There are a lot of like things that have like surprised me. Just how laid back like like Ireland is compared to the US, and adjusting to that type of style of work. And I mean, in America, we're so used to being on a schedule and sticking to it, and doing work all the time. But with the Dublin internship, I don't feel as much pressure, with the Dublin internship right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you still feel like you're getting a lot of resume
Oh
experience.
yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah. I'm doing work that like they would normally not have the time to do. And it's been work that they've really wanted to do, but it's just kind of like, okay, we'll do this for later. But uh they have me there, to take that on and to complete those type of projects that they normally would not have the time to do.